Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 18 of my Minecraft Let's Play. I lose count all the time. So today, I do not have anything in particular planned. Last episode, I just rebuilt this tree farm. So I may do some stuff around the base that I haven't done for a while, like making a mushroom farm. For now, I will just pretty some things up a bit. I think these flowers are new as well. What are these? Yeah, they are new. At least for me, because I'm behind on the times as usual. Because I want to keep adding foliage around this place just because it helps liven things up. Which is ironic. I probably said before when I first came here, this used to be a big field filled with this stuff. You know, flowers and grass and trees. And I got rid of it all since I didn't like the look of it. And here I am now, putting it all back. Well, everybody. Seems like our first project has been chosen. I had an accident with a creeper. I hope nothing falls on me. It shouldn't. But what I'm going to do is to rework this mob farm a little bit. Obviously, I'm going to need to get some more glowstone. But what I'm hoping to do is make it more efficient. And I need to do some math because right now, whenever I want mobs to spawn, I have to stand about right here because there's a little sweet spot where you have to be far enough away that mobs can spawn but not too far so that they won't spawn. So I need to do some math to figure out what that exact distance is because what I'd like to do is add more pads. So if you look here, there's only these 4 pads. And that works, but it's not the most efficient it could be. So I'm going to see how I can rework this. Maybe I'll add a level above or something. Okay, so I have an update. One of my friends is a redstone wizard, so he helped me come up with the design. I'm making it look pretty, but basically what it is there's 4 sticky pistons right here, and in case I didn't mention, I'm going to be adding some functionality to this since it got blown up. But basically there's 4 sticky pistons right here, and these will, and then I'll put 4 more over here, and that'll block up this 4x2 hole right here, so that mobs will still fall to the point where they can be punched in one hit, and then they'll die. I've upgraded, or changed the ends to be these half slabs, because mobs shouldn't be able to see you through them. If not, I can just hit some on this side and some on the other side over there. And what I'm going to put beneath here is a fall. I believe this is like 23-ish blocks. I'm going to make it 30 in total, so that when this is extended, the mobs will still fall here, and they can be punchable. But when they fall below, even if they have armor on, like even if a skeleton spawn with diamond armor, it'll still die at the very bottom. And then I'll have the items move up vertically and then go into a chest. So I may rework the chest area. But what that'll do is if I want XP, then I'll just punch them here. And if I want just the items and I can, sit over there and do something in AFK, then I'll open this up, they'll fall down, the items will automatically get collected. And on the sides, I'm just going to put glass so I can look in. Looks fancy. No. I had exactly as much glass as I needed and I messed it up. Oh! Well, apparently these things are trapped. Okay, time to fight them. Oh, that's one. Of course they have helmets too. The reason this guy spawned is because there was just a lightning storm that I decided to sleep through, so I didn't have things burned down 2 episodes in a row. Oh, that's not good. I don't want to die. Oh. Uh-oh. Don't kill me, please. Please, sir. I was just playing around. My shield's probably gonna break soon. Oh, we're close. Aha, gotcha. That was hairy. Okay, I think there's one more over there. Yes, okay, so it looks like it's just a horse, and I don't think the horse is gonna attack me. Right? Nope, he doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna build a little enclosure. Oh no, can I just ride him? I've never gotten these guys before. I'm gonna grab a saddle and pop him in the stables. Basically, what I made is when you step on these pressure plates, both of these piston sides come in, and it's really simple redstone. Not that I understand it. Basically, it's some repeaters going in, and then right under there, those two dark blocks, and these two dark blocks over there is underneath the pressure plates. So when you step on them, either side, it'll trigger left and right, the whole thing, so long as you're on there. So I could throw a block on there, and it'll stay there. And the idea being, when I'm standing here, mobs will spawn. In fact, I'm pretty sure if I stand like right here, they won't. So I have to be at this level and they'll spawn. So it's perfect for me to punch them to get XP. And then when I'm done, all their drops can go down. Or if I'm just sitting in the corner, I can just wait for them to fall down the deeper hole, which I'll make now, and then get their drops. I have an overpopulation problem, so I'm taking care of that. There's actually so many animals on my animal farm, my game's lagging a bit. But I have made more progress on the mob farm down there, so once I'm done slaughtering the masses, I will go show you that. Uh-oh, 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 oh no, oh no. Uh-oh, we have a containment breach. Oh no! Oh, get back. Oh god, what have I done? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. What do I do? I don't know what to do. Can I block him in? Yeah, sure. No, get back. It's too many. Oh god. Oh, well, be free, buddies. No, actually, you can set off pressure plates, so you must die. Well, there's probably still one out there, but you could live for now, buddy, but I'll find you. I think the game was lagging pretty much just because the chickens, not even the cows. Uh-oh. That's not good. Place that there? No, there's too many there's too many chickens to close it back up. Come on. There we go. This is very humanitarian. Why am I in a pit, you ask? That's because this is the pit beneath the mob farm. So this part closes like that, just like I showed you guys before. If we come down here, this is the additional 7 blocks. So it's a total of 30 blocks from top to bottom, where the mobs will fall and their stuff will get collected in these hoppers, which goes down this other line of hoppers to this dispenser. This dispenser is very important. Basically, this redstone, as I understand it, but I'm no pro, so I could be misunderstanding it, but whenever this fires, it'll basically have a loop that will keep firing it, so it'll dispense, dispense, dispense. So what will happen, and I actually do need to cover this area up in order for it to work. So I don't forget that it's something important, I'm going to do some wood here. This should be lit up enough. So it needs to be a 3x3 area above this dispenser that needs to be covered. So like that, like this, and then get rid of that. So like this. So I'll probably build an entryway into that room. But what should happen, if I put an andesite in here, it should go all the way through, get popped up. Yep, just heard it. And then it should show up. Yep, there we go. So what happens is basically this glitchy thing. If a block gets dispensed into a block and it has nowhere to go, it'll just keep traveling in the direction it was going. Normally, say if I dispensed a block here,
then it would either pop out this side or that side because the block wants to get to its neutral state, which is where it's not being squished by any block. But because it's solid blocks from down there to up here in a 3x3, it has nowhere to go but up. So as soon as it comes out, it comes right here. And that lets me get blocks from down there up to here. So what I'm going to do next, and I'll show you guys once it's done, is I'll put some more hoppers going into these chests with a water stream. So basically the blocks will come up, get pushed by the water across a water stream, and that will dispense into these chests so that when I come in, it'll just fill them up. Well, it is complete. Doesn't fully work for spiders. I just saw one crawl back up. But it is done. So I replaced the pressure plates with these levers on either side because I realized you can't actually punch that far in survival. I can only punch to about here. So if there was a mob there and I was over here, when I got up it would fall just 7 blocks, which probably wouldn't kill it. Well, it might, but I'm not sure. It might not kill it. So I wanted this to be active even if I wasn't there. Then I showed you the redstone down below. So what happens is, put this little room over here, the water comes up right there, goes around the bend, and then goes, wrong button, goes over these 3 hoppers. And even though the water ends, it's hard to see, water ends on this block right here, because that's the end, it still flows into this hopper. So the whole thing will fill left to right. And there's some gunpowder. So that works a lot better than before. And everything gets put in there. So I can just AFK here as much as I want. So I'm currently above the mob farm. And this is the redstone that lights the redstone lamps that toggle it on and off, and because that's up here, I'm thinking I'm actually not going to be able to build higher, because that's going to interfere. Like, I'd have to rework all that, and that wouldn't really work because there's pads there. Because I still want it to be toggleable on and off. But I did some reading on the wiki. The sweet spot for mob spawning, basically where mob spawning can happen for hostile mobs, is 24 to 128 blocks away from the player. And that's a big range. So when I'm down where I normally am, I'm probably 35 or so. So because of that, I could actually just expand this horizontally, so probably that way and that way. Maybe even this way, I'll have to see. As long as it doesn't interfere with anything else I have. But that will give me better spawns, and then I can just expand the redstone up there to accommodate that so it can all be toggled on and off. Triple should triple the mob drops because we went from 4 pads to 12, so it's 3 by 4 wide. Right now I'm just adding in the water channels because it's basically going to function the exact same way, except some of them are going to be higher than before, so not these ones, but these out here, the water's actually going to be on this level. So I'm going to get on that, and also I'm going to be making this look pretty because it looks pretty rough right now. So all of the water is hooked up, and everything's been cleaned up. So the last thing to do is to put the redstone lights up top. I added holes for all those above the new pads, and not to get rid of the torches once those are placed. But all the water flows down. Some of it's a little slow, like for instance here. It's fast when you're over here, but I think 1.14 or 13, whatever the water update was, changed how quickly you move, because I'm moving very slowly here, so I'm guessing the mobs will be the same. Versus items go very quickly. So it should still work. Mobs will still spawn, they just may take a little longer to actually get down into these channels because it's so slow right here. And it's not completely symmetrical. As you can see, this is blocked up. That is open because there's some redstone over there, and I mean, it'll still work. Mobs can still wander that way or this way. It's not going to make that much of a difference if it's not surrounded by water on all three sides. Alrighty, folks. It is complete. Except for this hole got to fill in. Actually, no, I won't do that yet. So, it all works. Toggleable on and off. Everything's been prettied up, and I will show you up top. It's pretty much like it was before. These are the old channels running through. I just added an extra one down there as well. Except on the sides, there's this channel, and all the way on the other side, there's the fourth channel right here. And as it turns out, this actually leads to this area in my base. So we'll interfere because I haven't built anything here yet. But at some point when I do build something here, I'm probably going to build a little, gonna build a little exit point so that I can get in and out of there. So now that that is all done, the last thing I want to do is work on the slime farm, because that, oh, stop me quicker, that is broken now. Can I see from down here? I don't really remember how it works. But basically the slimes used to not be able to swim up in a down current, because these are all down current blocks right there. And then they drown, and then their stuff would get collected in this hopper. But the problem is now they can swim up, so I'm going to have to rework how the system works in order to have this functional again. So I'm going to take a poke around. I think I'm going to do something with cacti, maybe, but I will see and update you guys when I've decided on something. MLG Pro Gamer move. Watch and learn, kids. So we have a nice little victim here. Not so little. And we're gonna see if the cactus does what I think it does. Because effectively, the fat guys cannot go through the cactus, so they're going to get split into the smaller ones, which should hopefully get split by the cacti, which should then send their items to the hoppers below. Obviously they're chasing me now, so I might need to rework the water streams. But see, it does work. I just hope the cacti don't destroy too many of the slimes. But I'll have to see. The solution was actually pretty simple, so I just went ahead and did most of it. I'm tidying the place up now. But what it looks like is the water flows just like it used to, except when you get to here, there's a lot of cacti, basically, that should break down the slimes into smaller chunks. And if that doesn't, then once they get pushed over here, the water starts to flow that way, so it'll push them into, say, like a corner over there. Or if they're in this pit here, they'll finally get pushed into this last cactus, which serves as like a safeguard. So say there's a bunch of small slimes that didn't get caught by any of the others, they're guaranteed to get pushed into this corner, because even in this corner right here, I know you can't see because of my shader, but in this corner, you get pushed out into the side. So they're guaranteed to go into this corner, at which point they'll fall down into the hopper system. So even though it's pretty janky, it's fail-proof. The items are collecting properly. The only thing that I need to do is, since I believe slimes count towards the hostile mob cap, yeah, there's more, so it is working. There were only 9 before, now it's 15. But anyway, since mobs count, or slimes count towards the hostile mob cap as far as I know, this ravine system detracts from the spawning of this slime farm. So what I'm going to have to do in the future is go into this cave system and light up everything I can, so that will boost the spawns right here. I just haven't gotten to that yet, so that's why it's been quite slow, but it does work.
So anyway, guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching, but I'd also like to add, I'm assuming wherever you're living right now, you're dealing with the coronavirus, or you probably know someone who's dealing with that. So I just hope that all you guys stay healthy. I myself have been sick twice. That's why this episode took so long to get to you guys. But I hope all you stay safe and stay healthy out there. But I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.